Hello guys, this is Base. Compared to last week, we got a relatively shorter update and we are going back to regular programming considering this update has just an event story, a freebie, surprisingly just 3 new SS memorials this time around and etc. So without further ado, let's take a look at it. Starting from September 19th, we'll have the upcoming side story event focusing on our British detective, Irene, that is the case files of Irene Redmayne, the Master Detective and the Witch of the Forest event, and an event that is going to be very important when it comes to the ongoing overarching plot with a couple of these side story events. And our only freebie for this event is on top of the free daily posts we're currently getting, we are getting another login bonus. 10 days, get a SS guaranteed 10 pool. Awesome. Now for the gameplay side of things, a reminder that for this week's orb training campaign, it's these two orbs that are running till the 18th. Now for this update, we'll have the next Astrarium, number 3 Whirling Woes. This one specifically has a nasty main battle boss that has attacks that gives guaranteed single target defense down every turn except when you stop their attack, and AoE stun every 3 to 4 turns, so be careful. And as always with this Astrarium, it's the perfect time to experiment with A, S, and SSMRs you barely use or haven't used at all, so take advantage of it. Next up is Score Attack, challenge number 24, Trap in the Mist. As usual here on screen are the multiplier conditions for the next 2 weeks. Tips for this boss: don't attack when it pops itself, and don't let your DPS receive the attacks that gives debuffs. And work around that minus 3 SP every 5 turns condition on week 1. All self-explanatory, I really wish you luck on this Score Attack. Now we get to the banners, and it's 2 new banners, surprisingly just 3 new SS Memorias. First up is Kaito Irene, and no, I will not be accepting any other name referring to it. Her EX skill removes 3 buffs from the target and hits a 5-hit single target crit pen or penetration crit attack at 400% weakness damage and a 30% DP modifier. And the fact that this skill is useful at 0 plus SP with the 31X's EX skill mechanic makes her very good for fast fights like Clock Tower Hell mode strats and farming. Basically the pen crit unit for speedruns. If you have, you can use her SS1's non-EX or common skill, which gives 2 times 40% funnel, which is basically stronger than Union SS1's funnel skill but weaker than Diwaruka's funnel skill. This Memoria's common skill, on the other hand, gives self buffs with small attack up and a 30% crit damage up. If you have Sutama, for example, you won't really use it. She does bring some added utility with her EX skills buff removal that can grant plus 2 SP to the front line if she removes an enemy buff. But like the other Dispel units, Snow White Yuki and Dango Bungo, this strat is rarely used. Kaito Irene is a Memoria who, back then, was an easy pen crit unit to pull, but unfortunately now struggles to stand out outside of speedrunning when the likes of Eunice and Bungo, Eunice and Karen, and even Sumomo SS3 in early November being more versatile or outright stronger in the single target pen crit space. And of course, let's not forget Inorin's SS2 having that same 400% and being an AoE on top of that. While I could recommend her being a speedrun penetration crit Memoria, the fact that she's already outdated in the single target crit pen meta, I say this with a heavy heart because she was the meta DPS for her time. Now I have to say that her future is not safe, unfortunately. It's really sad. The second one, Beautiful Sardula Vitrica, is a healer/defender hybrid with a kit centered around sustain rather than power, bringing party healing, defense up, debuff guard, and various debuffs. Her EX skill heals the party and can overheal up to 150% DP while granting 1 use of debuff guard, and it's usable at 0 plus SP, being another 31X SS EX skill. While definitely unique, using debuff guard is another rare thing to see. Her non-EX or common skill is based on her DP, but being a no attack makes it pretty much useless. To sum it up, her SS1 kit is better And with introduction, and if you have her A and S memorias, this memoria specifically can provide a plethora of sustain options. But still, that doesn't make her better since there's also a bunch of memorias who can do her sustaining job better. Her feature is not safe and is a memoria not worth giving actual consideration. Regardless, do get her if you find her hot though. Next, the second banner and the last new SS Memoria for this update is Hop, Step, Slip, Koju, who is a very different beast because she introduced a brand new buff mechanic that is called Morale in JP at least, which increases all stats by 5 and skill attack by 5% per stack, stacking up to 10 for plus 50 stats and plus 50% skill attack. Her EX skill grants 2 stacks of morale and 15% OD per use for just 6 SP. Yes, 6 SP, meaning that after 5 casts and 30 SP later, you're at 10 morale and 75 OD, which is a massive addition to fights, for example, with high border enemies like in Astrarium EX stages or the latter Scortac changes. Her common skill grants an ally crit rate and crit damage up, though only at 3/5 of what Sutama can do. Koju herself can be a versatile character. Single target thunder defense down from her S Memoria, her evolved SS1 EX skill that gives 5 SP to the party plus a 1 use buff potency plus 20% debuff, which both are really good for Thunder DPS setups. But when it comes to this Memoria specifically, where you just want to spam her EX skill and in turn stay in the front line longer, I'll say this right now, only get this Memoria if you want to limit break her because she needs the extra stats to survive, though the morale stat boost definitely helps to her benefits too. She's also only one of a handful of units who can grant ally morale at all, the others being the future Risa SS1 Evolve Memoria, Seika SS3, Aoi SS5, Ichigo's passive, and Byaku's common skill, making this a rare niche in the state of where the game is right now. Though her future is ultimately not safe when she's a Memoria that needs a lot of investment, where if you're not a whale, it's not worth it, in my opinion. From a general slash common perspective, since all three are coincidentally without an element, Kaito Irene is a solid crit pen unit, especially for speedrunning, but one you can easily skip because the competition already eclipses her. Vitrica or Vrichan SS2 is a sustain pick with some neat tricks but also easily replaceable, and Koju SS3 fills a rare niche but again needs a lot of investment to make the memorial worth it. I recommend to pass on both of these banners as they are a skip. Though for the latter, you can probably get Koju in the free daily pools. Yes, her banner has free daily pools. Just her banner specifically, if you're lucky. And yeah. But as always, if you love the characters, their artworks, or want their specific abilities, feel free to ignore our advice and pull for them. The last banner I have to mention is the Fall Campaign Step Up Recruitment, which is a skip. My apologies if my voice is kinda monotone this time around since I am sick. So yeah, that's the end of the video, I guess. Please subscribe to the notification bell soon. Please send my videos, share with a friend, and watch this video next right there. So yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.